Hi there, Krista here for the weekly reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Sagittarius, you can check out the description box for a link to a site where if you plug in your birth information, it'll give you a snapshot of your birth chart where you'll learn where all your planets are in what sign. And if for any reason this Sagittarius reading doesn't resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs. Hopefully they do, but I do hope this resonates with you. And you can learn more about me, my ebook, and the decks that I'm using in the description box as well. So I'm using the same decks I've used for the last little while, the Wisdom of the Oracle, Medicine Tarot, and the Healing with the Angels Tarot. Doing a little bit of a different reading than I did last time. So I'll be doing a 3-card spread with a central issue, 2 qualifiers, and the bottom of the deck for general overall energy for the week. So let's start for you, Sagittarius. I wish for Sagittarius all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke the spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, protection, clarity, and wisdom. We're looking at general messages for Sagittarius for the week of April 23rd to April 29th. All right. Wow. So, general energy for the week, Sagittarius, at the bottom of the deck is no place like home. This is you really feeling confident and comfortable, secure, happy, having created that perfect home or environment for yourself, and really feeling content there. You might have even had to do some difficult work to get to this place of relaxation and contentedness. But you're also not the only one benefiting from this place of no place like home, this sense of contentedness. You might even have created a sense of contentedness for others where they feel like they're always at home when they're with you. So whether that is a physical or a mental place, you feel content and secure this week, Sagittarius. That's lovely. So the central card in your spread this week, Sagittarius, is Yang. It is the literal counter to the Yin, which is the ancient Chinese symbol for polars. So for one to exist, the other needs to exist. It's the black and the white, it's the night and day, it's the man-woman. This is a card of polarity, but it is because it's in the position of Yang in the male-generated polarity. It is an action card. Its planet is the sun. It's regenerative and very passionate, action-orientated. And just because it's male energy doesn't mean you have to be a male. It can be something where force or outward passion or the manifestation of things in the material world come to exist because of that that drawing upon all the elements to bring something into manifestation. And the yin to that, for example, would be the opposite to that would be the thought process, the imagination portion of bringing something into process. So it looks like you've already surpassed the thought process or the planning or the imagination portion, and this week the behavior changes or something is brought into the material world because of that imagination process or that planning process. And to the right is Clean It Up. It's the card of letting go and getting rid of things that you find don't serve you anymore. Not necessarily garbage in your life. It could be, you know, things that feel like garbage, or a garbage attitude, or a garbage feeling. But more than likely things that you find aren't working for you or don't serve you, and you'd rather replace it with something that will. Here it looks like you might have become aware of, or are becoming aware of, what you truly want and don't want in your life, and what you're willing to sacrifice in order to get what you want. Sacrifice doesn't have to be a bad word, by the way. It just means what you're willing to get rid of. Again, to the no place like home, to create this happy home or sense of completeness or wellness or contentedness. You're definitely willing to, even this week, if for the first time in a long time, you're willing to look at what needs to be removed or gotten rid of. But because it's next to yen, the passion, the action card, it looks like this might be in process this week. So I think the thinking stage is over. The planning stage is over. It looks like something is becoming materially concrete for you. And then to the right to the left is blessed. So you're feeling very blessed, very protected, and not surprisingly. So really, Sagittarius is one of the luckiest signs in the zodiac. Your home planet is Jupiter. It's the planet of expansion, philosophy, higher learning, religion, refereeing. You're really used to seeing, you're really used to being able to act objectively and, you know, evaluating things in an objective sense while not getting wrapped up in it. And I think this is reminding you that whether or not you're aware of it, it's subconscious or conscious, that this is a really blessed position to be in. Not everyone has the gift or the power or even ability to be as immediately objective as you are, while not being flighty or personalizing some of what you're learning or discussing or talking about. These types of things can be used against you, or can be abused, but I don't think that's what's going on here. I think that you just feel very lucky, very peaceful, and you're not taking anything for granted here. However, there could be a rush for something or through something. So let's take a look at these in a little bit more detail, Sagittarius. Again, we have the yang, the number one card in the center position. If this isn't speaking directly to a concern in your immediate world, Sagittarius, this could be an energy that's around you this week. But if this is you, this is something that you're passionate about, you're taking action about, you're feeling really sunny about. This is a really positive card, but it also could be a rush. And it doesn't mean a bad thing either. It just means that you've made up your mind about something and you're ready to let go of something in favor for something better. And it looks like you might have already, it looks like you feel that there's a sense of, oh, just in the nick of time. I did it just in the nick of time, or, you know, I'm really grateful or really positive that now is the time for me to do this. So when I say rush, I don't mean you've rushed into something that is poor timing or should wait or you shouldn't be rushing into. I'm saying that it's that this is causing a lot of security for you, as opposed to rushing into something and feeling insecure about it or wondering, should I have done that? No, this is very much a sense of, yeah, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm ready for a long time. I'm ready to make this move. I'm ready to fix this, let go of this, give it away, sacrifice something so something else comes along. So this is a really nice action card for you this week, in that you feel that it's just the time is now. The time's never been better, even. So, and I wouldn't say it that strongly if this wasn't in the overall energy for the week. Like, you're really confident about this decision, and it's bringing you a great deal of peace. And it is about your home. So again, if this is, you know, the way that we think about something, the place that we're most comfortable, even it doesn't necessarily mean your physical home. It just means where you feel at home, but it could mean your home. So it could have something directly to do with your home, or having to do with the way you feel when you're at home, or in your own mind and heart. Like, do you feel at home with your thoughts and your feelings, or in your relationships? That kind of thing. So let's look at clean it up in a little bit more detail. We have this just to the right of Yang, which again is really a card of, I'm hesitating saying garbage, even though there is this, I guess, this indication that, you know, you're doing dusting, maybe some cleaning, some tidying up, but it's only to create room for something else. And in order to create room for something else, you have to be aware of what belongs there and what doesn't. So this looks like some contemplation that you've already been through, and that you're taking action to get to the bottom of this week. And it's all for the best. Like, this is serving a higher purpose. You're really happy with the decisions you've made, even though they might have felt difficult, or that you might have been leaving someone out, or someone might have judged that decision, or you feel that someone else might not be happy with that decision, someone that you really like, or you don't want to offend. But you're going to find a way around that, so that this turns out the way you need it to. And you're doing it for the right reasons. You're not doing this to piss anybody off. You're not doing this to be difficult. This is strictly because you're really secure in this decision, and you really made your mind up about it, and you're just ready. Whatever it is, it's just, it doesn't, whatever it is doesn't even want to be there anyway. Like, it doesn't belong there. So you're willing to let it go. You're brushing it off, ridding yourself of it once and for all. But it will be in one fell swoop, or it will be in one action, or in one major decision. But it will bring, there's a great deal of contentedness here. There's a new beginning because of it. It's kind of like saying, you know, out with the old, in with the new type thing. So let's look at the blessed card, which is to the left of Yang. Here we're looking at this lovely mermaid in her seashell in the most gorgeous purple space. And she's completely content and completely aware of where she is. Now, I say conscious or subconscious because some of us don't know why we feel the way we do. And if you feel blessed this week, I know unless you're a religious person to begin with, you're going to find this maybe a little bit like an odd way to explain why you feel so secure this week. So I'm going to suggest that this is a subconscious attitude or a subconscious state for you, where you feel blessed and secure and maybe even lucky. And I think you might have been aware of this on a tertiary level all your life, but there's been a switch, there's been a flip. I think maybe you've become aware of how other people in the world live, or how other people have to struggle, or other people have been denied, or other people are just simply unable to move forward, or to get what's due to them, or to feel like they deserve. And Sagittarius, I'm going to suggest that you feel this is very natural to you, that because you can be that objective critic and that referee and that philosopher, that you can easily take yourself out of situations that by necessity don't include your experiences. So I think this week you're becoming aware of other people's experiences in a different way, and you feel blessed because of it. And again, another way to look at that is luck or fortune, or something of that degree, something where you feel you've gotten a leg up or you've been promoted somehow, and you feel like for the first time maybe ever, or the first time in a long time, you feel perhaps more compassion for other people, which is a great breakthrough for any human being in the world of compassion, right? In order to understand other people, we truly need to understand ourselves more. And in order to do that, we need to understand why we do and say habitual things, and also why we're able to do things and other people aren't. You know, why would that be? Why would you be able to do things that other people aren't, or see things other people can't? I think this week you're finally saying, right? Even on a secular level, it doesn't have to be this higher power, God, you know, spirit calling. This can just be very particular, let's say educational or institutional somehow. There's a sense of like, wow, you really know what to do, perhaps even intuitively, or you've relied on a set of skills because they've worked for you in the past, and why muck with that? You know, you don't question that. And you're really seeing a sense of fairness here that you didn't see before, which is marvelous because it expands our sense of compassion for others. Just because we don't personally experience something doesn't mean we can't put ourselves in someone else's shoes. And this week might be that time for you, Sagittarius, where for whatever reason, in whatever way, for whatever topic, you're saying, I'm willing to do that. Okay, I'm willing to do that this week. Or this is available to me this week and I'm going to try it. And I'm going to try looking at this from a different perspective. Because I haven't had to take this on personally, but I see how other people struggle with it. And I'm compassionate about it. I'm not going to be judgmental about it anymore. I'm willing to be compassionate about it. And this could be the new phase for you. This could be cleaning out negative energy or judgmental energy about how you did view other people and their lives and decisions. And this could just simply be an emotional or mental breakthrough for you. However, on the other hand, in the physical world, the manifest world, this could be you know, physically cleaning things up or out in order to create the place that is confident, comfortable, and fruitful for you. So no great struggle here, just perhaps a grand realization. So let's look at some additional messages from the Medicine Card Tarot for the sign of Sagittarius for April 23rd to April 29th. It's kind of cool getting to this position, Sagittarius. Lack of judgment of others, particularly when we haven't been in their shoes, is a remarkable gift to mankind, humankind, I should say. Remarkable. Like, that's a game changer. And, you know, you're not by nature a judgmental sign necessarily, but when up against objective truths, for example, it's far too easy for any of us to apply the situation to ourselves and then, you know, create a narrative around how we would have dealt with something, or we would have looked at something or reacted to something, etc. So this is a real eye-opener for you in a really positive way, because it leads you to a place of contentedness and hope and happiness, and even just feeling thankful, feeling blessed. All right, so the card that jumped out of this deck is the owl. And the owl's keyword is deception. So this has several meanings for your reading this week, Sagittarius. So one of three things could be happening around this card. The two main themes here is sorcery and witchcraft. And by that I simply mean that there's a lot of personal power that either you're exhibiting and perhaps relying too much on and taking advantage of over someone else, or they're doing it to you. The only bonus here is that whoever is doing this to the other person is being seen right through. So if you're exhibiting this power, you're able to see through someone who's trying to get one up on you. If someone else is exhibiting this power, you're being seen through and someone won't let you get away with something. The other way, the third way to look at the deception card of the owl is to ask yourself if you're really being fair here. And when staying objective, I'm trying not to say to deceive yourself, but in staying objective, it's wise to remember that other people have their own path, right? Not everyone has their own path. And if you find yourself overly critical this week of others, particularly, to maintain that level of compassion so that you aren't taking other people for granted or you don't get more than you're due. So just to watch for that you're not plowing over other people's experiences or trying to explain other people's experiences away. It's just a really good week to contemplate your own sense of success in the grand scheme of things in the world of general polarities, right? So just watch for a lot of intense energy around how you relate to others this week. Don't let other people get one up on you, and don't try to take advantage of other people. So we'll look at any additional message here from the Dealing with the Angels Oracle for Sagittarius for April 23rd to the 29th. I'm actually surprised to see that card there. Maybe there's a great deal of personal power that you're not 100% comfortable with yet. Few cards flipped over. I'm going to flip them back just because so many flipped over. I'm just looking for one card to help expand this reading for the week of April 23rd to the 29th for Sagittarius. I swear I don't mean for these readings to get so long. I'm trying to make them short. Oh, that was almost one. Let's keep trying. Oh, there we go. Abundance. Well then, let's look at what we were saying earlier in the reading, which was you come from, rely on, and are accustomed to being lucky in the world. And I think you're hyper aware of that this week. This could tie in with your owl card, where this is an opportunity this week, Sagittarius, to not only be aware of this, but to say, am I lording this over other people? Is this coming with judgment? Or can I be judgment-free and accept others for who and what they are? Or does everyone have to do it my way? And can everyone be as lucky as I am? And how much do I appreciate that? So just some questions. But generally not too surprised to see the abundance here. For your very abundant sun. Jupiter is also a planet of expansion. It's constantly expanding and growing. So you might find that your own personal abundance or feelings of abundance are growing and expanding. You're able to help other people. Just be aware of this intense energy that surrounds this feeling this week. I will leave it there, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Please join me next week for your next weekly reading. I hope you take care of yourself. Until then, bye for now, Sagittarius.